All right, Nick, let's talk about the Atlanta Falcons. And when you're thinking Falcons, there's a lot to love about the offense. There's a lot of new players there. But when you really think Atlanta Falcons in this new era of the Falcons, you got to think defense because that's what Raheem Morris is all about. And when you think defense, you got to think about their new linebacker, JD Bertrand, who I think has probably the most interesting explanation of a football player that I've heard in quite some time. Let's get into the article and we'll talk more about this on the other side. This, of course, is from Falcons.com. It says Falcon scout Ryan Doyle liked what he saw from the Fighting Irish linebacker JD Bertrand. He was, as Doyle put it, flying around the football field in practice already in mid-season form well before the season began. He said he's just going at a different pace and a different speed, Doyle recalled. There was a certain passion for the game Bertrand showed that stood out to Doyle. It was a passion that never really faded regardless of the circumstance. This is a trait that Doyle said seems to have always been there when it came to Bertrand. So with some guys, there's a maturation process from when they come into college. Doyle said, this guy was not that. This guy probably came out of the womb fully developed in terms of things you look for in terms of intangibles. And therein lies the ultimate dichotomy of Bertrand. And this is the part I love. On the field, he's intense, he's meticulous. At the college level, he was playing a step ahead, and he was never afraid to let his intensity show up when he lowered his pads against running back. Off the field, though, people described him as a gold standard of a person. I think earlier on in the article, they described him insane on the field, but a guy that you'd want to marry your sister off the field was some of the words they used. So very interesting to describe Bertrand like that. It's very intriguing. I'm curious what your thoughts on this are, Nick. But Falcons fans, in the comment section below, talking linebackers, Falcons linebackers. I know one guy recently who I really like, but I want to know who are some of your favorite Falcons linebackers of all time in the comment section below. While you're down there, check the description below the video. We have a really great book down there that we would like to recommend to you, Nick, if you'd hold up. It is Playmakers by Mike Florio, a great read about the just inner workings of the NFL. I think you'll love it. So check it out in the description below the video. But Nick, what are your thoughts on JD Bertrand?
He's one of these guys that when it comes time post draft, we always go through on this channel and trying to find steals, guys who are really good players in college, who have a lot of good physical measurables, mentally are really sound leaders, all that kind of thing, played against good competition, but fell in the draft for just one minor deficiency that's kind of silly. Bertrand fits that to a T. I'm kind of upset that we missed the fact of this not being a Falcons steal, because here's a guy who was team leader at Notre Dame, undeniably so, incredibly productive. Big, strong, physical, tough, smart kid, right? Did everything right. Everything you're looking for in a mature player. His college coaches, Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame, was impressed with his maturation so early on for the Fighting Irish. So this guy is going to handle being a pro just fine. But he fell to the 5th round because a few people didn't like his foot speed. I think this has a chance to be a massive steal for the Atlanta Falcons because there are questions if you look at the Falcons linebacking core and their defense overall is, can they find a couple key players to step up and fill some holes, right? They've got talent in a number of spots, that's undeniably so, but they're looking for a couple other guys, especially in the front seven, to step up and be playmakers. I think Bertram has a chance to certainly grow into that role, and early on, he is going to be a maniac on special teams. I think that's undeniable. That's one of the other reasons I really like this pick for the Falcons. With the new kickoff rules, the kickoff return rules, you're going to need to be big, strong, tough, physical, and Bertram fits that 100% to a T. I think this is one of the more under the radar draft picks anybody has made. And when you look into the descriptions of Bertrand, wow, it's just impressive comment after impressive comment. Literally everybody loves this rookie. In fact, Raheem Morris, Terry Fontenot had this nickname for Bertrand. They dubbed him Captain America, right? Hey, look, that's obviously a sign of praise, a sign that this guy physically, mentally, heck, spiritually checks every single box you would want to. This has the making of a great addition to the Falcons defense.
Yeah, Nick, and I think it's really good timing for the Falcons as a team as well. They get a young guy that come in here because we all know Caden Ellis, the guy that came over to the Falcons from the Saints, he's been really great. I think he's had a career resurgence in Atlanta. But on the other side of him, Troy Anderson, he has been subpar at best. I know it's coming into his third season, so there's still time for him to potentially develop. Linebacker's not an easy position to develop to in the NFL, especially from a small school like Montana State. But 40.2 in 2022 PFF grade, 50.6 last year. He is getting a little bit better, but he's still below where I think you'd want to have a starting linebacker. So I'm excited to see what JD Bertrand can do coming in here. Can he fight? Can he earn some, play time in this league? And can he show that all of these intangibles that I would say we as a channel value pretty highly? If you're a good player on the field, you don't necessarily have to have all the physical tools if you can get it done in your own way. And I think that's what a guy like Bertrand can do, as far as like if his foot speed's not up to snuff, but he's still making the plays, I think he's going to be just fine. So I'm excited to see if Bertrand can morph into that guy to potentially place a guy like Anderson.